Okay, so the first thing you want to do is download the drivers for the Fidget Wheatstone Bridge. You can get these right over here. I already have them installed, so I'm not going to download them again. The next thing you want to do is download the Flobotics app from Fidget. All you have to do is just Google search Fidget Flobotics, and then you can use their app down here. I have both of them downloaded, so I'll just explain to you what the procedure is. So after you've downloaded the drivers, first you want to calibrate your scratch tester. So first, plug in the USB cord. So to calibrate it, you'll first need to start with no weights on the scratch tester. As you can see, there's no weights on there. So we're going to go ahead and set that at 0. Next, you'll want to put some weights on the scratch tester. I've already measured both weights ahead of time, and they come out to equal 0.3 kilograms. So we're going to set the second value at 0.3. Once you do that, it gives you a formula at the very bottom. We've already done this, so we're just going to use the value that we obtained during Innovation Day. And the Flobotics app. And this is what should show up. First thing you'll want to do is test if it's recording the load cell. The green line means it's actually being recorded. So next you'll want to start the test after you confirmed it works. Over here you can click on file logging, and you can record it every 1 second, 0.5 seconds, or 0.1 seconds depending on how accurate you want your data. So for this we're just going to go with 0.1 second. Next, on the scratch tester, we're just going to start polling it. After that, you can file the data onto your computer. It'll save it as a data file or a .log file, and we'll just call it wood. When you open the file, it looks exactly like this. Right here, this column is the time column. Right here is the measurement value column. These columns right here were for the other bridges, but we're only using bridge 0, so we can ignore that column. So what we did was we put everything into an Excel file. Next, you'll want to make sure that it's calibrated. Remember that formula that we found earlier? You have to plug that formula into an Excel file so that it calibrates to the correct measurement. What we did, we had units in kilograms, so when we convert that, it should be in newtons. So with the data file, what you should do is take the maximum value. You could take an average, but that would mean you'd have to keep the scratch tester running constantly, and so you could get some errors, so it's best just to use the maximum value. Once you convert the maximum value into newtons, you can calculate your coefficient of friction. In this case, the coefficient of friction is the horizontal force divided by the normal force. So to calculate the normal force, we use both weights and multiplied by gravity. And afterwards you can divide those two together to get your coefficient of friction, which we got 0.196. And if we compare it to the actual measurement, it should be 0.2. As you can see, it was actually really close. And that's the end of the video.